dear students, welcome you all once again to Edutainment Coaching classes. Today we are going to continue with Geometry lesson number 1 or standard 9. We are going to study the direct and indirect proofs today. Let's understand the direct proof used for the property of opposite angles made by intersecting lines. The theorem statement goes this way: the opposite angles formed by two intersecting lines are of equal measures. Now this we can put it in the conditional form also as if two lines intersect, the opposite angles are of equal measures. So if two lines intersect, this will be your given part. And what you'll have to prove? The opposite angles which are formed are of equal measures. So here in this diagram you can see line AB and line CD intersecting at point O. So what is given? Line AB and line CD intersect at O such that O is between A and B, O is between A and B, and O is also between C and D. You have to prove angle AOC is equal to angle BOD and angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. Now let's start with the proof. You can see here angle AOC and angle BOC form angles in a linear pair. You are also aware that the sum of angles in a linear pair is 180 degrees. So here I have written angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. For your easier understanding, I will mark your 1 and 2. So angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Similarly, you can see angle BOC and angle BOD also form a linear pair. So let's number this angle as 3. So angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. So here angle BOC plus angle BOD is equal to 180 degree because they are also angles in a linear pair. Now since both these pairs are equal to 180 degree, we can write this as angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to angle BOC plus angle BOD. Now angle BOC is common on both sides. So you can subtract or eliminate angle BOC from both sides and then you will get angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. So you have got the first pair, angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. Similarly, you can prove angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. I hope you all have understood this direct proof. Okay. Let us now study an example of an indirect proof. Now what is an indirect proof basically? This proof, it starts with an assumption that the consequent which is given is false. So here we use the properties which have been accepted earlier and prove that the conclusion which we have reached to is contradictory to the properties that have been accepted earlier or the antecedent which is stated in the statement. In simple words, we assume that to prove part is false. We prove that whatever we have assumed false is wrong and then we come to the conclusion that whatever was given was correct. Hope you have got a little idea about it. Now let's do an indirect proof of it to get a clearer idea about it. Here, look at this statement. A prime number greater than 2 is odd. If you write it in the conditional form, you can write it as if p is a prime number greater than 2, then it is odd. Now you all know that the prime numbers about 2 are all odd, like 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 and so on. So you have to prove that the prime numbers which are greater than 2 are odd. So here given is p is a prime number greater than 2, that is 1 and p are the only divisors of p. Just recall, if 3 is a prime number, what are its factors? 1 and 3. If 5 is a prime number, what are its factors? 1 and 5 and so on. So now what you have to prove? That p is an odd number. Let's see the proof of it.
ठीक है
हाँ.
अरे 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 आगे जा रहे
Now understand the proof of this statement. Let us suppose that p is not an odd number. So if it is not an odd number, it will be obviously an even number. So p is an even number. Now if it is an even number, obviously a divisor of p is 2, because all even numbers are divisible by 2. So let's take this as statement 1. Now but it is given that p is a prime number greater than 2, and we have already discussed that if it is a prime number greater than 2, its factors will be, or its divisors will be 1 and p itself. So we have written here, therefore 1 and p are the only divisors of p. Now look at this statement 1 and statement 2. A divisor of p is 2, and here 1 and p are the only divisors of p. Aren't these contradictory statements? Yes. So I have written here, statements 1 and 2 are contradictory. So therefore the assumption that p is not odd is false. So this proves the statement that a prime number greater than 2 is odd. I am sure you all have understood this indirect proof. Thank you.